will it be the same in this game?
We'll have to figure out what the case is, and LPE is feeling happy about their game 1 win against NXP. And NXP, the adjustments that they made, it's the Renegade in. We'll see if Renegade can be that big of an impact here for NXP as we have a look at the two junglers here, Aspect and H2O.
Well, Aspect will be playing that Ranger, and H2O might just fall down once again, but you know, BMO is not, or Ryota is not present here with the Benedetta. Game 1 will not be a replay of Game 2. Game 2 will not be a replay of Game 1, rather. H2O lives, and he will be able to just roam around the jungle safely for now.
And it has to be a pretty standard game from LPE this time around. We're not going to be expecting them to really go for the big plays because they're really not the team that can start off the initiations. If anything, that is the NXP lineup. Considering the fact that you do have the Akai on the side of NXP, you'll expect a few blenders to 1,000-pounders to set NXP up for kills from H2O, from Renegade. And LPE, they just have to counter-engage.
And speaking of counter-engage, LPE does have a lot of range to begin with. They don't even have to wait for NXP to engage. They could just pull out the guns, pull out the Feather Airstrike, Death Sonata to deter a lot of NXP's advantages in terms of going in the fights. If the main tank or the core is already low in HP, there's really no point of starting a team fight. So NXP, they just have to stay careful. Do not catch Feathered Airstrikes. Yaoi scouts out the turtle. This might just be a big fight.
Might just be a big fight as Lancey gets caught up first and foremost. And this turtle will be secured and stolen by NXP, actually. LPE started it off. And they're not going to sacrifice.
Yep, that was a 1-for-1. The turtle didn't actually fall down.
I thought it did.
Wait, the turtle is still there. Weird. But you know, let's not talk about it a little bit. That's a 1-for-1 for now, though. H2O was able to secure a kill, but LPE were the first ones to get a kill in that fight. Arvs, with an early Feathered Airstrike, was able to burst down one member from NXP, and that's Lancey. The turtle is still up, but looks like LPE and NXP will continue to fight over control.
And control over this turtle, that was really a weird thing that happened there. But yeah, turtle is still up. LPE does not have priority.
Oh no!
And that's exactly what Yaoi has been waiting for. Wait for the Feathered Airstrike, Arvs comes in, and James just cleans things up in the backline.
Yep, but look at this. Aspect still continuing the engage in the mid side, and that's going to be a kill for both teams. 1-for-1 in the mid lane.
1-for-1 trades after 1-for-1 trades, and LPE has priority here. James, though, is waiting in lane. He does go for the knockout punch, gets 2 onto BMO and Aspect. They'll be backing up because the rest of LPE will be going in. LPE will be securing the turtle.
Grok stealing away the turtle from everybody else, but you know, Aspect was ready with that retribution, wasn't able to use it though. LPE getting that turtle is a win for them. Jake the dog flexing a little bit in front of NXP. Renegade must be feeling a little bit like need to warm up a little bit. Akai, look at that, Feathered Airstrike, it's just insane. Has been dealing a lot of damage so far.
This is a mid lane engagement that NXP does not want to happen, but they are under turret. BMO gets a wild charge onto Lancey, allowing Arvs to secure that kill and potentially this turret as well.
Aspect, look at the damage coming in from this Granger and Arvs on this Farsa. The long-range artillery damage just gives LPE so much advantages around the map that they are taking objective after objective. And this is the thing that you want to see. The Granger and the Farsa combo, even paired with the Eve, was already proven right by Smart Omega or Omega Esports yesterday.
Yeah, and it's a lineup that I've been hyping on over for time and again. That the having the Farsa and the Eve is a good it's a good combo. A lot of Venn diagrams. Well, it's not really a Venn diagram.
Yeah,
it's a square.
it's a square. It's a circle. It's a lot of damage still.
Yeah.
Thousands of damage just pouring from the sky. Jake the dog will be challenging Yaoi a little bit here. But Yaoi, you know what? Take a break. Go out. 1,000-pounder in.
And this turtle is up next in line here for LPE. They do not have priority over it, but they will find another priority, which is the bottom lane.
And a lot of the turrets are going down in the favor of LPE. Low HP already in the bottom side. That's 2 turrets on the side of LPE. NXP is yet to take down a turret, and they are focusing on jungle objectives instead. There's nothing bad about that, but the more turrets, the more map control LPE has, the more access to gold that they have, and you can see that in our scoreboard.
The Blazing Duet is not even enough for Renegade to put Jake the Dog below half HP. As LPE, Guardian's Barrier will come up, will not force James in a tight spot. Yawi is does have the Hurricane Dance available and be waiting for an opportunity to throw it down. Ryota still waiting in this brush, will get spotted out. And it's just a little bit of a dance for both of these teams. A little bit of a cha-cha.
And this cha-cha might just be lethal for NXP. They don't have the lead right now, but LPE definitely has the firepower to just do this.
As the Feathered Airstrike hits on James, Yawi looking for an opportunity to go for a Hurricane Dance, but he's way too deep. He's forced 6,000 pounder out of there, and LPE once again has a priority over this turtle. And they might just take James in the process as well. Bimo and Ryota are just too deep in their backlines.
And I love the use of the Grok here. Grok has been used time and time again to block access, to deny access for NXP. LPE has been saving this Grok 1v1 though. Ryota plus Aspect, that's a 2v1. Takes down the top laner of LPE out there, and wow, James that's his first death actually. The flicker was up, but looks like he didn't use it. He knew that he was gonna die anyway.
Yeah, there's no point in using your utilities in that option, in that situation. If you know you're gonna die, just accept your fate. He just tried to buy a little bit more time, but what LPE is buying is a little bit more real estate because they get majority of the map controlled here on their side.
That almost landed Yawi. That was the last bullet of Death Sonata. Could have been a kill. But Yawi survives another day. Bimo though in the middle of this fight.
And this turret may not survive in the next couple of minutes because LPE, they're just eyeing this mid lane turret, top lane turret for that matter. Down, James gets Bimo down to a quarter HP, a third of his HP. Yawi and Lancey will protect H2O as much as possible for this buff.
And they are able to secure that purple buff, but look at this. The damage coming in from the Feathered Airstrike is already hurting so much. And
that was a Hurricane Dance onto Ryota. Ryota forced to flicker out, manages to survive. Bimo just tanking out the damage. Meanwhile, in the backline, Jake the Dog will be soaking up majority of the damage as well from NXP. And nobody dies there in that engagement, but that is a win for LPE.
LPE absorbing and dealing damage. Renegade going in with a Blazing Duet.
And the Feathered Airstrike will deter him. Lancey forced to use the Order of Brilliance. That's a lot of ultimates already expended by NXP.
Arvs in this Farsa is playing out of his mind. The Feathered Airstrike has always been on point, and the damage is always felt. NXP seems to be trailing behind LPE once again, but not as hard as in Game 1. It's already 8 minutes and we're not seeing LPE forcing big fights to happen. Yawi in the middle of a lot of people here. Might just be a big fight if they decide to pull the trigger. Renegade pulls the turtle instead. Bimo biding his time. 1v1 with Yawi.
Yawi gets the Hurricane Dance onto Bimo. Big opening here as H2O gets the kill onto him. Arvs forced to flicker out. Feathered Airstrike no longer available. Wing by wings from Arvs to reposition himself. Jake the Dog zoning Yawi and James out to keep his team alive.
And this is a good play coming in from NXP. The Hurricane Dance coming in from Yawi just secured a big fight for NXP that they actually won, but only by a small margin. It's not the fight that completely turns the tide in the side of NXP. LPE is still in the driver's seat, ahead by 5k, and Bimo just has to stay careful next time, and this is not the time to just, you know what, Feathered Airstrike is a bigger threat.
Oh, beautiful flicker in with that Hurricane Dance. You gotta commend Yawi for that play, but he gets traded out by Bimo. It's a tank for a support mage. Yeah, I'll take that any day if you're NXP.
And Renegade almost had kills, but then again, Renegade is very behind here. If he were a little bit richer, That could have been 2 kills going to NXP. Lancey, though, might be in trouble. That's the order that's called out. Safety for now. Jake the Dog will be in trouble here. Phantom Execution goes in, but look at the regen, man. Look at it. He's back in half HP.
Yeah, that's the Uranus just doing his wonders. And we gotta commend, we gotta give credit where credit's due. NXP Yawi, even more so, really did find that opportunity to assassinate Arbs. Well, not really assassinate, but go for the pin. As I say that, the face check from Yawi gets 2 with the Hurricane Dance, and this just might turn the tides of battle here as NXP wins that small engagement. Aspect manages to survive, though.
That was a great response coming in from Yawi. First, an initial blunder. He face-checked in front of 4 people, but his positioning with that Hurricane Dance locked in 2 people. And after that play, after locking in 2 people, Renegade had free reign. He was able to go for the Blazing Duet, deal so much damage, and just deter a lot of members from LPE, but looks like a fight will happen here.
Yawi has been really consistent with his Hurricane Dances, catching the important members here from LPE. Even more so, it's just the Uranus and the Farsa, you might say, but it's still a crucial catch whatsoever. But now,
this is a very risky Lord.
Very risky Lord indeed. LPE is not in a position to go for the steal. Yawi does not have the Hurricane Dance available, so he can't really turn everybody. As the Fender Airstrike will be bursting a lot of people out. Ryota still manages to survive, but will get eliminated. The Lord will be stolen away by LPE.
That Lord unfortunately goes to the side of LPE, but a lot of the cleanup kills went to the side of NXP. NXP still over!
Again, 1,000-pounder in with the flicker to get the kill onto Arbs.
That's some MVP level type of play, I just have to say. Yawi is single-handedly reviving NXP from much edge. Frankly though, LPE still gets the Lord, but then again that doesn't matter when you get 3 kills and the cleanup.
Yeah, that was a problem that I saw there. H2O was nowhere near the Lord to secure it with a Retribution, and with that BMO just able to use the power of nature to get the last hit on the Lord. And that shouldn't happen in the beginning.
Yawi!
To begin with, as Yawi once again spots out members here, and Renegade dives in with the Blazing Duet. Will be able to take down Ryota. Arbs also falls down in the process.
And this is LPE shaking a little bit. NXP is closing the gap. Right now, NXP is already ahead in terms of kills. Not yet in gold, but I am saying yet because it is getting nearer and nearer for NXP. H2O is already godlike. 7-0-2 on this Lancelot. And when you see a Lancelot snowballing to victory, this is one clear example of it. 7-0-2. Phantom Execution hurts like hell. Thorn Rose will not just dodge abilities, but also kill other people. NXP is still behind by gold, but they are in the driver's seat right now. Yeah. Yawi is insane. Yawi will pull another play.
And here comes another 1,000-pounder flicker, but will not actually pin anybody down, and that may just pay the price for NXP. Yawi has been very consistent here.
Until now.
Until then. It was good flickers, good 1,000-pounders. Good combination there.
But
that was a little bit of an error, though, as Jake the Dog will go on the offensive here, and LPE has to push this advantage.
And look at this, the damage looks down. Lancey will go down, the Grok will be flickering in to get that kill. BMO still alive, and that's a 1 for none. NXP though will get a turn in the top side. There will be no one defending that. Alapu might just get in time, but no, they won't. That's going to be a free turn.
But that is a mid lane being sieged up as Jake the Dog is soaking a lot of the damage here onto NXP, and Renegade will just oblige him with this duel as well as H2O, but he's still relatively healthy.
Yeah, Jake the Dog right now on this Uranus, as you said, just doing Uranus things. So very healthy, very tanky. If you can't kill him immediately, you're going to have a hard time to kill him at all. Yeah, Jake the Dog is definitely a very big force to be reckoned with for NXP, and they need to pass through that barrier. They need to pass through Jake the Dog, and passing through BMO alone is already hard.
And there is 30 seconds on this Lord that NXP needs to secure in order to equalize the map, and LPE is looking to go for openings here, but they know where Yawi is. Yeah. Yawi gets the pin, using the Guardian's Barrier against him, goes for the Wild Charge BMO, but it's not enough.
That's such a Mega Mind move coming in from Yawi. Oh, you used the wall. All right. How about I use your own wall against you? In NXP, Yaoi is just going insane in this game, and this is a very high IQ game for Yaoi. I don't have to say that it's mechanically gifted Yaoi. It's more of a high IQ Yaoi. He loves playing around the opportunities that the map gives him.
At the same time, Renegade almost takes down Ryota before the BMI out, and Yaoi still has a Hurricane Dance, and he takes down Aspect in the process, and that is a kill that NXP wants because this gives them priority over the Lord. And if anything, they need to make sure that they secure the Lord in the process. Jake the Dog will pay the price for overstaying his welcome. BMO is looking potentially to go for the seal, but James will be checking out that bush, and this is a free Lord for NXP.
Look at this, NXP, they were behind, severely behind in the early game. But when Yaoi found the kill switch, when Yaoi began making plays for NXP, NXP found themselves kill after kill that turned into objectives, and right now, for the first time in the game, we're looking at an equalized goal score by NXP. LPE's lead is now transitioning into NXP. The turrets are going down, and the objectives are going the way of NXP. Look at this. Yaoi's in the backside, and I think LPE knows.
Let's be consistent with that.
And not just consistent, but quite safe as well. I would say that 5 out of 6 attempts worked for Yaoi. The only time that it didn't actually work was near the bottom side, and looks like they're gonna go for the siege here in the bottom side with the Lord. The turret will be going down. It looks like BMO traps James here.
Yeah, and it's they can't follow through because if they commit a lot of the members onto James, that's going to be another turret going down, and LPE needs to make sure that they keep everybody in check here. R's forced to back off. No Feathered Airstrikes to be committed here in this fight. Finally committing the Feathered Airstrike, and NXP are looking poised to end this fight. They get BMO, they get Ryota in the process. Aspect, Jake the Dog, and Ars are the only members alive. The Wind Truncheon is not going to be enough, and the Renegade add-on in this NXP lineup will help them secure